So the Angment configuration got nerfed. The 4-piece does not trigger anymore with anything else than normal abilities and your primary attacks. Which means that Viper Bite is not working anymore, Seeping Bile is not working anymore, and I also tested Grace of the Flagellant and it clearly didn't trigger, although I only tested it by like 20 to 50 triggers, but it did not trigger it. And there was a mention that the dot effect was too powerful with this set, but don't worry, your basic burns, dots and everything will still trigger it. So if you do use the palm with the burn effect, it will trigger the set effect, and we already have 3 stacks over here. So it is definitely not a bad set after the nerf. But of course, with normal builds that just use primary attacks to stack Seeping Bile and Vipers, it does lose the effectiveness on those builds. So if you do use an auto attack build or primary attack build, you are probably better off using Witouche and Shalbaz compared to this build. But nevertheless, I don't think this build was made for PvE in mind, because there are so many more set items that are just better inside PvE compared to this. I feel like this was made PvP in mind and for dot builds. And if you do use builds that uses, let's say, the Dome of the Inner Sanctuary that does trigger damage per second if someone is inside there, I think with these abilities this set is still almost god tier, because you do get a lot more stacks out of it, because the skills are triggering more than just once when you trigger them. Like if we do use Shimmeling build with the palm, we do have 2 dots which we can apply pretty fast, and we usually do get the 3 stacks going on. And as you can see, the dots are still doing a lot of damage. We only did 3 abilities and we have all the dots on. So I think this set is still really valuable with all the dot ground effect builds that will use this set. It is still really good, and it still works with the Graces set, but Graces is not triggering it again anymore. So if you do want that longer lasting effect, you can use Feast of the Baron with 2 pieces, because then you do get the 30% duration for your ignites if you do have ignites, and then you also get 30% from the Feasting Baron. I will be testing this in the future, because having like almost 10-second ignites, if you do have enough potency and the enemy has enough resistance or less resistance than your potency, that you can have like 10-second dots from Shimmeling and Palm, that can be really valuable. So don't be afraid to use this set. It really works in PvP, and I will be still using this in PvP with my Shimmeling builds, because it does trigger almost every time the 3 stack when we do use 2 abilities with dots. So with dot builds, don't worry, the set is still really valuable. Hopefully this was helpful, and I will catch you on the next one.